Here we go. Oh, there's like 50 buttons you have to press when you start. And I think I did 49 of them and I missed one. So I apologize. Let's start over. Let's just start over. My name is Ken. I'm here at the Stamps of Life in Orange County, Southern California area. I think I welcomed everybody already. So welcome again. This is Take Two Tuesday. We take a look at some dies and sometimes stamps and other items here from the Stamps of Life. We have a card base today and also a fold-it, and I'm going to try my best to make almost a complete, at least card front with the fold-it because it's pretty easy. I'll show you how easy it is to do. What else? Let me go back to my comments. Yes. Sorry about that. Yeah, I am doing better. I think I finally ditched my cold. I do have allergies, so some of my nose kind of runs, but I take allergy medicine, something from Costco, but some days it helps and some days it doesn't. As it gets colder, and it's pretty cold here, this morning it was, when I was driving around, when I first got here, it was like low 40s. And when I went over to the men's group, the Bible study this morning, it was 39 over at the church. So that's cold for us here in Southern California. Yesterday we did our store day, and a couple of you came by, so thanks for coming by. And it was pretty quiet. What else? We do have stuff coming up. I made some, let's see if I can remember any of the things coming up here. This Thursday, of course, will be Stephanie's Crafting Corner. Okay, so stay tuned for that. That will be on Thursday. And we'll be live again here on YouTube and Instagram and Facebook, all that stuff. If you haven't seen, in the last few days, we added some items to the website. See if I can get rid of my name there. There are new items on the website. You might have seen them already, but from the weekend, I'll show you real quick. A couple items. And see if we can get that to switch. Yeah, so if you haven't been on the website for the last few days, we did add some new dies. No, not that one. This one, there we go. And so there are some new dies on the website. This night's note card that Stephanie did a sneak peek for last week. This one is getting low. The winter scene is starting to get a little bit low. So if you like that one, get your order in pretty soon. Then we have the Happy Galentine's Day. And also this wax set, this Happy Mail, is starting to run a little bit low. So if you like those items, you want to add them to your cart real soon. And yeah, you will want to get those before they get sold out. The Happy Mail wax is limited edition, okay? Oh, no. What else? I have some other notes. Oh, our winner. I did choose a winner from... We had a question from last week's episode. I posted, and I wanted everybody to add a comment on Facebook or on YouTube. And so I did, and on Instagram, and I did pick a winner from oh, come on now, brand, no, that's not right. From YouTube, our winner is, let me make sure I have this. Our winner is, if anybody can make that drum roll sound, you can do that. Our winner is from YouTube. She likes Oh Holy Night, and it's at SMA Crafts. So if you are at SMA Crafts, congratulations. You're going to get a $10 Stamps of Life website gift certificate. So congratulations. Thanks for everybody who added a song. We didn't get a lot of comments on that one, so I was hoping to get more, and I was going to do a larger gift certificate. But anyway, we got a $10 winner, so that's great. So at SMA Crafts, you'll want to email the office, info@thestampsoflife.com, and let Faylene know that you are our winner, and we'll get you a gift certificate for our website. Okay. What else? Oh, if you're not a Stamps of Life Club member, well, first question is why not? I have joined the Stamps of Life Die Club, but Die Hard Club, Stamp Club, Card Kit Club, Fold-it Club, any of our clubs, you are going to get a little extra postcard sent with your first club shipment, and you're going to want to use that coupon on the Stamps of Life website. This is a special we do in December, and it's an extra nice way for you to get a little extra savings, and you can stock up and get some of those extra items. I always think like cardstock or ink, or maybe some things that you just need to have around pattern paper pads. You get a little extra discount on all those things when you shop and add that coupon. So it's a great time. If you are not in the club right now, this is a great time to join the club and get involved, and you will have a great time being a club member. When you join the club, let me see, I feel like I'm a little bit out of focus today. Maybe that's better. When you join the club, you get, when you do the Stamp Club or Die Club, you get a couple welcome gifts. Same thing with the Card Kit Club. And then also with the Fold-it Club, you get this really nice die set that's kind of like a layering type banner die set. It's really nice. And the only way you can get that one is through by joining the club. Now, if you are not familiar with the Fold-it Club, we are down to just about, I think, 10 days or so before the next Fold-it Club Fold-it shipment will come out. So you can still get this one. It is the nice and fun and popular chocolate bar Fold-it die set. And this one has been super popular. You're going to get, remember I was talking about that postcard? It has a special little code here on the back that you're going to want to use. And you can use this part of the card also for your card decorating. And you get a couple stencils as well. So that's the Stamps of Life Fold-it Club. You can make a nice, fun card like this. Let me see if I can put it over here on this table and you can see a little bit better. We have a ton of great card samples using this one. Let's see. Yeah, we can do that. So you can make your own little chocolate bar and decorate it and make a fun wrapper and have all kinds of cool. I think it's very popular. I love chocolate. I bet you guys like chocolate, right? Almost everybody loves chocolate. So you can make your own chocolate candy bar with the Fold-it Club. That is available on the website. You can just go up to the top of the Stamps of Life website, and up there it says join the club. Click on that, and it'll take you to the page that gives you all the information about our clubs. Okay. What else? I talked about our website. I talked about the clubs. I picked our winner. Yeah, I think we're moving on. So we're going to go here at Stamps of Life. We go into the past mostly, a little ways back, and we take a look at some items that we have here at the Stamps of Life that are, many of you have already because you've been customers with us or in our club. And so you probably picked these things up. This is a reminder and refresh for you that you want to take them out and use them. Especially this one that is really Christmassy, and you'll want to use that. And then we'll take a look at these items. Then we'll do our good news segment at the end. We are in Matthew chapter 17. If you want to read along with us, we'll do an overview of the chapter and then have a little devotion from our Bible. That will be at the end. So if you hang out till then, I do want to encourage you, if you don't normally have like a pad of paper and a pen maybe with you, you might want to do that today because we're going to do a little quiz. It's kind of Christmassy. Remember last week we did a Christmas, I think it had to do with Christmas songs. We did a quiz on that one and we had fun doing that. What was I going to say? Oh, this week, so on the one from last week, it would give us 4 options to pick from. So we had a chance to get them right. You know, I still think I was about 50%. But we had a chance. But this one, there's going to be some questions. And I think there's a variety of movies, music, all kinds of different things, just Christmas traditions. Oh, and we have like 12 or 13 questions. But they don't give us answers to guess from. So if you have a pen and a little pad of paper, scratch paper or something, write down your answer. Because I'm going to read the question, but I'm not going to show you the answer right away. Let's see if we can get any of these right. I know I'm going to need a lot of your help because some of these questions are kind of out of my my Christmas expertise. So I will need some help with that. So get ready for that. We'll have a little Christmas quiz. We'll probably do that right before we take a look at our second die set. Okay. And I hope again that everybody is doing wonderful, that you feel blessed, that God has given you a great day. If you're having a challenging day, then just hang in there, you know. Each day we get through them and God will help us. And then I'm thinking, if you think back to the past, maybe you've had some challenging days here or there, always get through it somehow. The Lord will help us through it. So I just wanted to encourage you that, know you're not alone. You can, if you want to add a comment in our comment section down below, if you need prayers for anything, you can add that comment down below. I'll be glad to pray for you. And I'm sure other people will be too. So, life is ups and downs, but I hope you are having a great day today. And if not, hang in there. We all have our challenging times, right? And then lastly, before we do start, if you are watching this at a later time when it's as recorded, down below, add comments. We love that. Okay. So if I ask some questions in here, make sure that you add a comment down below. You can still answer in there just for fun. And again, a prayer request, or you just want to say something about the show, or you have a question or something like that, we always check out the comments down below. So add comments. We like that. If you're watching on replay, Stephanie says, type in replay down there. That's fun too. Just anything that you want to comment and get involved. So if you're on the chat, make sure that you participate today. Okay. I want to hear from everybody. Hi, Ruth. Hi, Carol. See some of you are jumping in. Janine. Welcome, everyone. Jane, Linda. Linda says, what do we do if our package is lost in the mail? Linda, you want to email Failing, and they will track it and see what happened to it. And then we can try to help you out from there. Some of the time, I see Preeti is in Canada, not getting kits. I know. I hope that strike ends soon. We will definitely honor that. I know you have a question about the coupons. If you live international and your coupon doesn't quite make it to you during the time frame, please just email the office, and you're our club members, so we're going to try our best to make you happy. And if there's a way that we can add in that extra discount still for you, we're going to do that. So we'll honor that. So don't feel like you're going to miss out. But you just got to email us and let us know. Then we can try to help. And just explain the situation. Now, hi, Jackie. Lady J. Now I get it. Yes. So hi, Jackie. So if you have a problem like that, something getting lost in the mail, the one thing we know is, especially because it's Christmas time, you got to be really patient with the mail. If it has tracking, hopefully we'll have an idea of where it is. A lot of the club shipments don't have tracking. So we're kind of stuck on those. And this time of year, we usually wait 3 weeks up to a month because they just get far behind in the mail. And some of the time things don't make it as fast as we would hope. Doesn't always happen, but occasionally those things do. And so we just have to have more patience this time of year. And then if you're in Canada, you're just stuck with a strike. That is a bummer. But hopefully they'll get back to work, and all the mail will start getting to you soon. But we'll definitely take care of you. All right. Let's see. Our first die set today is the gingerbread. Now here on my die set, it says Gingerbread Boy. But if you go to the website, I'm pretty sure it says, let's look. It says, excuse me. It says, whoops, didn't want to do that. It says Gingerbread Man. So if you get Gingerbread Boy, according to the package, or Gingerbread Man, it's the same. Okay, it is the same. It includes 10 dies. You get the clothes, and you get some buttons and some little decorations, a face. What else? Let's look at samples. So there are some nice samples here on the website. Whoops. What is that? That's not what I'm looking for. How did that get on there? Interesting. All right, here we go. So you have the card samples, and they're all real nice and Christmassy and fun. Of course, you could use this die set any time of the year, but when you think of gingerbread stuff, you kind of connect it with Christmas. Do any of you have memories of making Christmas cookies maybe when you were younger? Or do you still make Christmas cookies today? When our daughters were, our older daughter was probably 7 or 8, and our younger daughter was 4 or 5. I remembered one year making Christmas cookies with the kids, and we made a bunch of different cookies, and we took some to our neighbors, and we were super careful, and we took good care of them, and they were nice, and everything was clean in the kitchen. But with kids and cooking, I'm sure some of our neighbors were wondering, but we had fun. I think we did that 1 or 2 years. Do you have any memories of making cookies with your family? Maybe you were the child and you did it with your parents, or vice versa. Maybe you were a parent and you got to do it with your kids. Do you remember any experiences like that? Christmas card making with family. Not Christmas card, Christmas cookie. And I especially like the cookies. I especially like the cookies that are have the icing on top. They're kind of like a butter cookie or something. And you add the icing, that big thick icing, and you can decorate it and all that kind of stuff. Yum. So good. Do any of you have cookie memories? I don't see anybody in the chat saying you are cookie makers. Nobody did cookies back then when they were kids? Huh. I thought for sure some of you would be bakers. There's Kimberly, she said, yeah. Oh, Kimberly makes gingerbread cards. Yes. You'll see how easy it is, right? Nancy says you are not sounding real good. I do still have a cough, but that is allergy related. I have gotten over my cold. Jill says yes. Sugar cookies, peanut blossom. There you go. Yep. Nancy says with grandma. Uh-huh. And Shelly says I used to make cookies. You had to roll out. Yes. Yes. I remember those too. And then you take the cookie cutter and you cut out the shapes. Those were the fun ones that we would put the icing on. And you could decorate it with some sprinkles. I should have got some pictures of those cookies, but I didn't think about this question until now. When you see images or when you think about things from the past, it's kind of fun, right? Things that you might have forgotten about, and you spend a little extra time thinking about them. It is kind of fun. Let's look at the samples I have, and I do have a few. So a couple of these are right here from the store. I found some of the samples in a box. And then I did find maybe just one that was here in the store. Let's take a look at those. And this is a fun set. When did this one get released? Oh, I better pop up the information. It is from the Gingerbread Man. It's from September of 2019, going way back. Well, a little bit further back, 5 years ago. And we do have a variety. There are different sizes of gingerbreads that we have. This is the one I think that we keep here in the store. We kind of have a little Christmas section. Let me see if I can fix that. He's a little bit crooked. There he is. Now he's a little straighter. We have a nice little Christmas section here in our store. And he was up on the wall there, and I grabbed him just for this show. It says Happy Holidays. And that opens up from the top. Remember, with the Fold-it, you can do the side or the top. Here's a couple little basic ones, but nice and easy. You'll see how easy they are to make. And here's kind of a summary looking, and it is on the side, your fold there. And then here's a top, and that is a girl. We do have a girl Fold-it. Let me see if I can see that. A gingerbread girl, yes. So if you are back on the website there, and you just scroll down a little bit, you'll see all the other gingerbread stuff. There is the girl shape. There is a gingerbread house. Then we have like the regular size stamps and dies, and they come in the version of regular gingerbread, like a boy, man, excuse me, and then also a girl. And you see the coordinating dies. There are clothes, patterns, different things that you can add to that. So those are a fun collection. We're going to head on over and take a look at these. I think I have everything right there. And, okay, whoops, there we go. Let's head on over to our workstation and let's make a card. How many dies did it say it has? I think it has 10 dies included. Yep, 10 dies in this set. Some of them are just for decorations, and then you have a couple of the larger dies that are going to do almost all the work for you. Those are the clothes and the little squiggly lines. We'll do those. This we'll use for the card base. And this we'll use kind of for the little inside part. And we're going to add the face too. I didn't try this earlier, so we'll see how it comes out. We'll do the face along with the inside, so we'll give them a nice smile. And let's get started. So I did I bring that cardstock in here? I think I did. Let's see. I had some nice looking cardstock I thought that would work for these. And that will be kind of nice for the base. And I'm looking for, did I do with my, no, that will be the gingerbread. And then we'll get a different color base for him. And we'll do a black background, okay? So this will be our fold it part of the card. We're just gonna fold our 8.5 by 11 cardstock sheet right here in half. Just like that. And then, whoops, wrong die. We're going to take this die to create our folded. Remember, again, you can do the fold at the top or on the side. I did the top. We're going to do the top for this folded. And it will tell you right there, you can see that or not, it says place fold here. So it kind of helps you out. So let's run that through the machine. And there we go. That guy's slipping on, sliding around. Hold still there, little guy. I think he doesn't want me to run him through the machine. It's not going to hurt. It won't hurt. All right, we got it. There we go. Right through there. And we will have our base. Now you think, hey, I made the folded card. It should be ready to go. But remember with the fold it, you get a straight line kind of at the top of your card because we had to make the fold. So see how the fold is right there, but that looks goofy. So we kind of want to cover that up, right? So let's try to do that. And we can do it just with what we're going to use for, if I can find another black sheet here. That's good. So we're going to use the same die again, and we're just going to run it through one more time. This time without the fold. No fold this time. No fold. And we'll run it through. We're going to kind of do a little layer on this. This would be the first layer. And that's going to go right on top of this one. And that's going to cover up that straight line there. Let's do that. So we'll add that to the, I think somebody is at our front door at the office here, but I hope they know we're taping right now, not to, or we're live streaming to leave us alone, right? So we'll add that to the front. So we're off. We have the front of our card. And we are on our way. So there's that front of our card. Now we want to add, we want to make him kind of, I'm going to use, this is very close to our, it's not our actual cover, but you would color the Ginger Snap cardstock. Very close in color. Ginger Snap, cranberry, maybe spearmint, green apple. Those are the most popular cardstock right now on the Stamps of Life website because they kind of fit with the season. Maria just packed up a bunch of cranberry cardstock and also some Ginger Snap, and we are shipping that off to Utah today. Whoops, I messed that up. We didn't want to use that one. We want to use this other die. Sorry. Not that one. We could do that, but we need this one. And we want to add the little face to him. And it's going to need some washi tape as well. So let's some washi tape, kind of hold this in place. So his little smile will be kind of centered. There we go. And we're going to add one more piece down here so it doesn't slide around. Add our top plate and we'll run that through. We should get a happy face gingerbread man here. Let's see. I didn't test this one earlier, so I'm not exactly sure how it works out. Hopefully, yes, there we go. So we've got our smiling little guy there. And we can move that out of the way. Now we're going to take this and add it right here on top. So let's do that. Easy, easy so far, all right? I mean, we can get one of these cards done pretty quick. All right, there is the front, the main piece of our gingerbread guy. And remember, again, it's folding here at the top. I'll set him off to the side. We need some clothes. So now this one I did cut out a little outfit for him a little bit earlier to save some time. So we're going to add that to the front. And I will add some adhesive on here. And we can add his clothes. Now I'm just putting, just so you know, I'm just putting tiny amounts of adhesive just to save time and get this put together quick. But whenever you make a card, you want to add quite a bit of glue and quite a bit of adhesive to make sure they stay together. So when your recipient, when it finally gets to them and they go to open it, it actually doesn't fall apart. Because I noticed that some of the cards that I make here are put together. A couple days later, they're starting to fall apart already because for these videos, I don't put that much adhesive on them. So you want to make sure you always add a good amount of adhesive. Okay, we've got that. And they've got these fun little squigglies here. That was the outfit I just did. And these will be the little squigglies we can put on his legs, on his arms, the little icing it would look like. Now for this part, we're going to want to use white cardstock. We call it powdered sugar. And we're also going to add our adhesive sheet to make it kind of like into a sticker. We want to make these so we can just peel them off and it will be like a sticker when we use this die. We won't have to go back and try to run adhesive over it. That would be pretty challenging to do. You could do it, but this will make things, our die cuts, kind of like into stickers. So I've added the adhesive sheets there. There is my cardstock. And then I'm just going to take this die and we'll get our little squiggly lines and see what comes out. Again, they're going to be just kind of like stickers. The challenge for me, since they'll be pretty small, is will I be able to peel the stickers, huh? Let's see what happens. Lots of suspense here. Now, there is some history to gingerbread cookies, so when we go back over to the computer, we'll do some fun facts for that, okay? We'll go back and find out a little bit of history about gingerbread cookies, because they weren't always a thing. They became more popular, I think, around the 1500s or 1600s, something like that. So there's all our little squiggly lines. Now we can try to decorate our guy here. And I think I've done all the die cutting I'm going to do. So I'm going to go ahead and switch spots, move this over just for a minute, and run that back over there. You see all my extra scraps here from some of our last shows. I forgot to sweep under the machine there, so I missed that. All right, there's our little guy. We'll put him right there. Well, we don't want to do that. And here's our stickers for his arms. We can add the little icing to his feet. Peel some off. Now it comes with a bunch of them, and I see they're different sizes, so we're going to try to figure out what will match best. We'll probably have to have two of the same. There's a large one, and that's a pretty large one too. Okay, let's see what we had here on the photo. Yeah, it looks like the larger goes up towards the bottom. So we're going to take these little be, again, icing. How when you decorate your cookies, we're going to just add that to the bottom. Let's see how that works out. This one is already peeling for us, which is great. And I'm going to add that to there. Let's see if I can zoom in just a tad bit so you can see a little bit better. All right. Good. Maybe make it a little bit brighter. Okay, that looks good. And then we could add some decoration to his other foot. This is the part where, yeah, it is peeling pretty easy. It's not too hard. I don't do really good with real super fine things like this, so I thought I might have a hard time peeling them apart. And we'll use these little pieces for his arms. Now that I said I've got it down, now it's not going to work. I know you guys have tricks to how you peel these things apart, but I don't know all those little tricks. Stephanie told me like you use your thumb pad or something like that. I don't know, but oops. It's a little bit long. Let's do one like that. Like I might need a little bit shorter one for his arms, but we can just do it at an angle like that. That'll still look fun. And I should have one more. I think I did those. I think this is the last one we'll do. Now, to decorate his outfit, you might have some stickers you like to use, or maybe you could just have less decorations and use a pattern paper pad to cut out his clothes. You could get a plaid look, some stripes, whatever you want for his clothes. But there's that part, and I'm going to just add some epoxy dots that I had here. I had some extra ones. Let's see if these look good. Yeah. So it does include, the die set does come with the buttons, but I'm not going to die cut. I'm just going to use some of these extra epoxy dots that I have here. And I think the red ones might look kind of good, so we'll just kind of layer these out. They're different sizes, but I think it'll still look kind of cute. Line them up. Should look pretty good. There's that one. And move that one up just a tad. And there you have it. So easy, right? That is the Gingerbread Fold-it die set. You can keep going, add some more decoration if you like. Let's look at the front here. So they've added a little bit extra for their eyes. We have the bow tie that comes with the die set. Where is that now? The bows are right there, and some hearts and stars. So you can add some little extra goodies. It does have a pocket also. If you wanted to add a little pocket, you could put a couple of pockets down there. But you can see I made one in just a matter of a few minutes, right? So if you wanted to crank out a bunch of these, this would be a very, very easy one. Now, an idea is you could make your card base white. So when you come to stamp, it's going to be a little bit easier. Otherwise, you're going to have to work around that. If you have a dark inside, you're going to either need some white ink, or you're going to want to make the inside white somehow. So you might want to have a white card base for your dies. That's an option too. Or you could even use the Ginger Snap as the base. And of course, the ink would be visible on that. All right. So that is our first die set, the Gingerbread Boy or Man, whatever you want to call it, is on the Stamps of Life website from September of 2019, going back 5 years in time. Maybe buried down at the bottom of your closet. Maybe you've never seen this one. So if you have it, we want you to use it and create. This is also a fun one if you want to add it to like a, say like a scrapbook page. It works good for that. If you're decorating some bulletin board type thing, maybe you can even hang some of these on your Christmas tree if you wanted, right? That'd be an easy way to, easy way to decorate your Christmas tree is using this Gingerbread Fold-it. I think you would have a great time with it. For me, working with this one, it is a really, 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 really fun one. And I'll show you one more time what he looks like here. That is my Gingerbread Fold-it. And again, I just wanted to show you really fast and easy, quick one. And I hope that you like that. It really just says Christmas, don't you think? Really says Christmas. All right, let us move on. Oh, I have to find our facts about our cookies. Gingerbread history and fun. Let's see. I'm going to get back over here. Make sure I'm kind of centered. Okay, and I might be able to pull that up here so I can see right in front. Gingerbread cookies. Let's see the history, some facts, some interesting things about these. I bet somebody's made some super large ones or made a ton of them, so there must be something funny like that. Where is the... All right, I've got that. And let's check it out. Here are our fun facts. It says in ancient times, so we're going way back now into the Greek and Egyptian times, there were gingerbread was used for various ceremonial purposes. So it says back in about the 10th century, so that's the year like 1000, 10th century would be the 900s, I think. The 900s? Yeah, 900s. A monk used it for medicinal purposes, like for stomach ailments. This is the ginger. And then it says in Europe, the only people who made gingerbread, he promoted the use of the ginger to treat indigestion and other stomach ailments. For a time, monks were the only people in Europe who made gingerbread. So they were making some kind of bread with the ginger. Excuse me. And they often created them in the shapes of saints and angels. All right. See, I've never seen a gingerbread saint or a gingerbread angel, but apparently that was how things started here. The first gingerbread man has been credited to Queen Elizabeth. Let me see if I can show you what I am seeing. Gingerbread history and fun facts. Let me switch over to that so you can see that as well. Oops. There we go. That writing is too small, I think, for you to see. But it has, if this is like some website that has different information about it, this is what I'm reading. I'm not sure if you can read it, but there it is. I'll pop back up here in the corner. So what else? So gingerbread, Queen Elizabeth I, and it doesn't say the dates here, but I think it was around the mid 1800s. It says the gingerbread men were created for, they were to resemble visiting dignitaries, and she presented the treat to them as gifts. Huh. She was creative, I guess. Gingerbread houses became overwhelmingly popular in Germany in the 19th century. That's like the 1800s. As a result of the book Hansel and Gretel fairy tale. It was the early German settlers who brought this tradition to America. And then let's see what else. Oh, it says if you're making true gingerbread, I didn't know there's a difference between fake and true. Maybe if you're just using a mix or something like that. The hallmark of a true gingerbread is not only the ginger as the dominant flavor, but it must use either honey or molasses as the sweetener. Let's see. There's a town in Norway where every year the citizens create an entire city made from gingerbread houses. Fun. Okay, here we go. The world's largest gingerbread house was constructed in 2001. I think I can enlarge this so you can read it a little bit better. There we go. The world's largest gingerbread house was constructed in 2001 and stood approximately 67 feet high. That is a house. And made out of gingerbread. Wow. It says it used 1,800 Hershey bars, chocolate bars, 1,200 feet of Twizzlers, 100 pounds of Tootsie Rolls, and thousands of others of pieces of candy as decoration. It took 9 days to complete, and it was housed at the Mall of America in Minnesota. I've actually been at that mall. I think it's right by the airport when you fly into Minneapolis. We did a couple shows there in Minnesota. And let's see. Here must be a couple funny things. There are a number of superstitions involving gingerbread. Here are just a couple of them. Swedish tradition says that if you put the gingerbread in your palm, make a wish, and then break the gingerbread with your other hand. If it breaks into exactly 3 pieces, then the wish will come true. All right, so somebody give that a try and see if it breaks for you in 3 pieces, and tell us if your wish comes true. All right, got to report back to us on that. And in England, single women have been known to eat gingerbread husbands, hoping it will bring them luck in meeting their future spouse. I don't know. That one doesn't quite seem right. If the women eat the gingerbread husband, it's supposed to bring them good luck. What do you think about that one? I don't know about that one. It seems like, Shelly says gingerbread helps with migraine. So I think that's kind of funny because it seems like they're kind of crunching and breaking the gingerbread, but it's supposed to bring them a husband. I thought like the guys might be afraid. Wouldn't you think? All right. So that's some fun facts about our gingerbread man and gingerbread history. Not seeing my comments. I see you, Shelly. I see you, Shelly. You're on there. Okay, we are going to move on to our next item. And get ready again, we'll be doing our quiz here. We're probably going to do that in just a minute. So if you have a paper pad and you want to write down your answers, because remember, they're not going to give us choices to guess from. So we'll have a few questions here. Our next item is going to be our Stamps of Life Everyday Deckle Edge card. Let me find the information for that. What year did it come out? This one came out on the Stamps of Life website in September of 2022. But I know when you go on the page, it says as seen on HSN. So I think originally this die set came out on HSN. A lot of you might have purchased it through HSN, probably back in around 2019 or 2020, 2018 even maybe. I can't remember exactly the first years when we were on the Stamps of Life was on HSN. But you might have purchased it there. Or if not, you got it on our website in September of 2022. It includes 17 dies. Now, don't let that scare you, okay? I know whenever you read the numbers and it says there's a lot of dies, you just saw how easy the gingerbread was to make, right? And just a couple of the dies did almost all the work. Same thing with the Deckle Edge card base. You are going to have the large die here. That's going to cut the base of the card. And then these two large dies fill in the panels. So if you want to get cut it with another color, or you want to use pattern paper. So those 3 dies do almost all the work. All the other ones are words, sentiments. So you can use these, or maybe you have some other sentiments or some images that you want to add to the front of your card. The main 3 dies do all the work on this. So don't let the 17 go, oh, that's crazy, I can't do 17 dies. But it's just because all these words have shadows and all that stuff. All right, let's check this out real quick. Our website, so that's what you'd see. And you see there in the corner where it says that little blue box. It says, as seen on HSN. So you have that right there. It was released there, and you have a few card samples you can look at. And they're all pretty and colorful. And of course, these would be great for Christmas cards. I think I might have a Christmas card themed one here. Perhaps not. I do have one that is Christmassy. So I'll show you that one. And there's a video, Stephanie's Crafting Corner. We must have featured it there. That's a card that is on the, excuse me, the front of the die set. And it's fun. Look, there you have just that sample. You have the base being used in a color, and then you add white using the inside, the insert, the dies that come with it. And they've added some jewels, some embellishments that you might already have. Very, very easy. What else? This makes an A2 size card, in case you were wondering. And we do have a 5x7 version as well. I don't have that one with me. But we do have a 5x7, and I will show you at least one card sample with that one as well. And let me show you the samples I do have with me. I have a few. And there's a good variety. You can create this card. You have two options. You can go vertical or horizontal. So think of that too. Think outside of the box. Your card can be facing up, down, or more the horizontal direction as well. I will show you these samples over here on my little sample table. Very nice colors. There's one featuring our cupcake die on the front. Here's the Christmas theme one that I was telling you about. It says Merry and then Happy Holidays on there. They've added a couple stickers and some different, I think that's a different set of sentiments. Yeah. A couple more. There's my friend, it says. It features we looked at this stamp and die set a while back. That is the bird bath stamps and dies. Fun. Here's some pattern paper being used, a little ribbon, and the Just Because dies that are included in the set. And our last one, kind of a summery one, Summertime, King of the Grill. And it says hello. Okay, I have to get a Tic Tac here because my throat is getting itchy. We have our quiz time. Are you ready? Here we go. I'm going to try my best not to show you the answers, but I want you to be able to at least see the questions written out so it makes more sense. I've enlarged the screen, so no peeking. Whoops, yeah, there's almost. I'm going to be real careful. The question's going to show up kind of at the bottom of the screen, but if I scroll down any further, it shows the answer because it gives the answer right there. It's not like the quiz we did last week where you get to select one. It tells you if you're right or wrong. So we have to come up with these answers on our own. The first question, here we go. First question on today's Christmas quiz. And I bet a lot of you are going to get a lot of these right. And you know what? I am going to need your help because I think I'm getting most of them wrong. Here we go. Let's see. That one. Okay, so down there at the bottom, because I can't scroll down anymore, it has a question. Which popular Christmas beverage is also called milk punch? Milk punch. Does anybody know that one? I would have never guessed this one. Whoop. Which popular Christmas beverage is also called milk punch? No peeking for the answer that's just below. Does anybody know the answer for this one? Eggnog. Oh, good job, you guys. Kellyanne, Jean, Jill, Kristen, you all knew it. Awesome. I did not know this one. Okay, now I'm going to try to scroll real slow so we don't get the answer for the next one. You are right, eggnog. So again, if you want to write down your answers, so if you get them wrong, at least you know you got it wrong or right. You have proof. Here we go. Question number 2. What did the other reindeer not let Rudolph do because of his shiny red nose? What did the other reindeers not let Rudolph do because of his shiny nose? Does anybody know that one? You remember the song? Can you sing the song in your head? Yeah. That I think I got this one right. Only because I remember the song. Only because I remember the song. So yeah, I think most of you have it right. Yep. Play with them, play games. Play and join in any reindeer games. Yes. You guys are doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. I went too far. You peeked and saw the answer already. Don't let other people guess. How many ghosts show up in a Christmas Carol? How many ghosts show up in a Christmas Carol? How many ghosts show up in a Christmas Carol? I had no idea about this one. Jean says 3. 3. 3, 3, 3. Anybody else? Dean and Kellyanne say 3. I don't know either, Cheryl. I don't think I've ever watched Christmas Carol all the way through. Let's see. 4, it says. 4. Past, present, and future, Diane says, but what would be the 4th one? We'll have to do some research on that. Okay, next question. I didn't even know this one. Where was baby Jesus born? Can anybody remember where? It might be a trick question for some, but where was baby Jesus born? Where was baby Jesus born? Where was baby Jesus born? We're going to be celebrating that, right? Pretty soon. That's what Christmas is all about. And we'll be remembering that Jesus was born. Where was he born? Kellyanne's got it. Anybody else? Post your guess in there. Write it down on your paper pad. Yep, you guys got it. Bethlehem. Yes. So that is our first 4 questions. Let's see. In Bethlehem. Yep. The movie Miracle. I've never seen this one either. The movie Miracle on 34th Street is based on a real-life department store. What is that store? What is the name of that store? Does anybody know? Does anybody know the name of that store? I didn't know this one either because I could have guessed May Company, but they're not around anymore. Robinsons, no. Sears, they're all gone. The 4th, he said the 4th ghost was the one that came to him and that he was going to be visited by 3 ghosts. Trick. Yes, Macy's. You guys are awesome. Macy's is the store. So Macy's has been around for a while, right? Macy's. I think we're up to number 6. What are the 2 most popular names for Santa Claus? This might be I don't know, the most popular names for Santa Claus. I have one in mind. First, I would just think of the short version, Santa, but that can't be. So I'm thinking, what are the 2 most popular names for Santa Claus? I'm thinking of one, but I can't think of. Oh, that's a good one, Kellyanne. I wouldn't have thought of that. Yeah, Shelby, that's the one I was thinking of. And Shelly, yeah, those were the ones I was thinking of. Here we go. What are the 2 most popular names for Santa Claus? Wow, Kris Kringle and Saint Nick. I was thinking the Saint Nick one, but I would not have got Kris Kringle. Good job, Barbara. I think we're about halfway through. Elvis. Now, I like music, so I know this one. My dad used to listen to a lot of Elvis music, and my grandpa. My grandpa was super into country music, and I didn't care for that, but he really liked Elvis for some reason. Elvis isn't going to have a white Christmas. He's going to have what kind of Christmas is Elvis going to have? Do you remember this Christmas song? Kellyanne, awesome. Kellyanne, I think you're getting all of these right. Kellyanne knows. I know this one. Yeah. Shelly. Yeah. Paula. Good job. Good job, you guys. Blue. It's blue. Blue Christmas. Blue Christmas. A couple more. No, we're not doing funny Christmas jokes. People do that another time. What do people traditionally put on top of a Christmas tree? Well, I know what we would usually do, but I don't know if everybody else does that. What do they usually put on top of a Christmas tree? You can say, what do people usually do traditionally? And then what do you do for your Christmas tree on top? We would usually do I know what we have right now. We have a starfish on the top of our, I think we picked it up when we went to South Carolina, back to Hilton Head or something. We might have picked up the starfish, but we have a starfish on our tree this year. I was going to say so there are some different answers, angel or star. And I was going to guess star, but we have had trees with angels. Let's see. An angel. I was thinking star, but they said the answer was an angel. Okay, I think we have a couple more and we'll be, sorry. I started scrolling too fast there. In Home Alone, I haven't seen Home Alone for a long time. Where are the McAllisters? That must be his family going on vacation when they leave Kevin behind. Does anybody remember that one? From Home Alone, where is the family going while Kevin gets left behind? Where is? Gene says New York City. Kellyanne says Paris. Karen says Paris. I don't think I would have remembered this one. Cheryl says Paris is also. And that happens, Lady J. Every once in a while we get them wrong. I've got about half of these wrong, or I didn't know it at all. So I think most of you are getting it. Paris. It is Paris. And I only knew that because I scrolled too fast and saw it. I think we're down to our last couple questions here, okay? In the classic Christmas movie, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the Grinch was described with 3 words. What are they? What are they? How the Grinch Stole Christmas. I think I know. I think I know. I'm thinking of the song. What are they? How do you describe the Grinch? No idea, Janet. I was just thinking of the song. Ooh, that was a different. I see. You guys are pretty good. I would not have known the answers you're giving. And I'm going way too long today, but I hope you're having fun. We're going to hang out here for a bit. I said what you said, Shelly. That's what I was thinking. Here we go. Stink, stank, stunk. You're right. I was thinking you're a mean one. But I was all, you're a mean one. That's 4. So I was thinking I was wrong, but I never heard of that. Stink, stank, stunk. All right. 1 or 2 to go here. Whoops. Oh. Hope nobody peeked. In which modern day country was St. Nicholas born? This must be the real St. Nicholas. In which modern day country was St. Nicholas born? I think it's a European country. I could be wrong. What country do you think the real St. Nicholas was born? I'm going to guess, is it Sweden or Denmark or... I don't know. I think I don't remember, but I was thinking Europe. Does anybody know? Germany, Kristen says. Karen says Germany. Cheryl says, I don't know. Turkey, huh? Turkey, a city in the ancient district of Lycia. I would not have guessed Turkey. Turkey is, I think, supposed to be part of Europe. It's kind of right on the border of Europe and Asia. I think we are on to our last question. This is our last question in the movie. It's a Wonderful Life. What happened every time a bell rang? I've seen the pictures of this movie, and I've seen it maybe on the TV, but sad to say, I've never watched this one. In the movie, It's a Wonderful Life. What happened every time a bell rang? Kristen, yeah, VeggieTales. I know. I've watched a lot of VeggieTales. And yeah, they do. I didn't know they had one about St. Nicholas and VeggieTales in Turkey. In the movie, It's a Wonderful Life. What happened every time a bell rang? All right. I think you guys all know this. You guys, I think, watch a lot more movies than I do. Because you know all the movie questions. That's really good. I don't know them. Let's see. In the movie, It's a Wonderful Life, what happened every time a bell rang? An angel got his wings. You are right. So, if any of you were keeping track, I think we did 12 questions. How many did you get right? Without your help, I would have got about 3 or 4. So, boing, sad to say. I hope you did better than me. I hope you did better than me. How many do you think you got right? Add there in the chat. Thanks a lot for everybody for answering. It makes it more fun. Again, if you're watching this video at a later time, you can add all your answers down at the bottom too, just for fun. All right, we're going to have some fun with our die set. I'll just show you real quick how to make the card base and the card front. Super, super easy. All right, here we go. Alrighty, so remember how I said the large part of your die set. This creates the base, and we'll do the panels also. We'll get a version of each one so you can see the different options you have. This is a deckle edge with dots. Has that option. You can have the dotted, or you can have just a plain. The deckle edge can be plain because it's all squiggly and crazy on the sides, but no dots on that one. Okay. And let's keep with our Christmas colors. I am going to try to find, what am I looking for here? A red, strawberry-ish red should work. And so there's our color for our base. And then we'll use white for these inserts, okay? There we go. Easy, easy, easy. We're just going to add our cardstock there, face down with the die. And again, to hopefully avoid some speed bumps, just add that die on top of your cardstock and add a little bit of an angle. If you go this way, probably not going to make a big deal, but you'll feel the machine jump. So if you just do a little bit of an angle for your die, sometimes it helps to avoid that. Now look, I almost made an error there. You see my cutting pads were way out here on the edge and my platform was here. If I would have tried to run that through, it would not have cut correctly. See, this really all has to be on the platform. So every once in a while you might make that mistake. Every once in a while I do. Just make sure all your cutting area is on the pad, the cutting platform, and under the pads, or your die is not going to cut correctly. So you hear how quiet the machine is. That means I centered everything, and there were no speed bumps. So there's our card base. That's the easy part. It cuts for you and it scores. So you have your base already ready to go. Put that off to the side. And just so it stands out really good, let's try some sheet of white cardstock here. So we'll have a nice contrast. And we'll run both of these through at the same time so we can look at both of the options that this die set will create. We are about 2 weeks away from Christmas. I hope you're getting your Christmas shopping done. Oh, oops, see how you heard that? That was a speed bump because my dies are just straight through. See the difference? So it kind of makes the machine skip a little bit when your dies are straight through. Here's going to be another speed bump. So you see where when you run the dies straight through the machine, these lines here, they'll cause little speed bumps. Again, most of the time, no big deal. But if you wonder why your machine's doing that, that is why. So when I had turned it at just a little angle, we avoided that happening. All right, and here are our panels to the front of our card. This one has all kinds of little crazy dots in there, so we can get rid of those with this brush really quick. All those out. It makes it look a little bit nicer. Let's see what happens when we do go here. No, it doesn't like that. Trying to speed this process along. But when you have all these little tiny dots, it does take a little bit extra effort to get them all out. Now, of course, you could get a little tool and go through all of them, but that would be crazy. This is a little bit quicker option. And maybe you have a tool that works really good for you to get these little extra chads out. I see this one is just really sticking there right on the corner. Can't seem to get those ones. Let's look at our card front and see what it shows. No, that should come out of there. Okay, well, we're not going to worry about getting them all out, but you spend a little more time getting all these little chads here. The sides came out really nice. But I see right there in my corners, there's a couple here, both corners, those little guys just don't want to come out. So if I was having a problem with it, I would just go pop that right through there and that should break. There we go. And there are still a couple in there, but we're just moving on. And we're going to add our adhesive here. And also to this one. And then we would just take our card base and add this right to the front of this side. And you can see I left all the dots here on the top, so you'd want to take all those out as well. There's your one panel. And just to see, so you can see what the other side without the dotted would look like. That will fit right on there, layer on top. And I think I did cut some words. Did I do the right pattern? Let me see real quick here what I have. This would be a fun way. You wouldn't necessarily have to use these colors, but say the gingerbread guy we just made, we could just add him to the front. So there's another option that you can do with the the Fold-it dies. You can create an A2 card like this as the base, and then you could just put your little guy right on the front. So that is a quick and easy card too. You could do it either as we did as a Fold-it, or you could just use that top layer. So that's another option for you. And I'm looking for the words I made a little bit earlier. I might not find them. We'll look here for 1 second and then move on. I don't see them. Darn it. I tried to keep that all together, but I do not see it. Oh, no. The words are not here. But you could easily, the words I did earlier were, oh, here they are. I found them. Somehow they got on to the floor. So it was going to just be a thanks. So it has the sentiment. This would be your shadow. And I cut this out. I did not use the adhesive sheet on this. So if I wanted this to be a real card, it would have been wise to cut this through on a adhesive sheet. So it would just peel off and stick right on there. And there you have a card front. Easy. This is the plain with no dots. You like the dot option? Great. You could, if you want to give your card a little depth, you could use the foam, Stamps of Life foam, adhesive foam. That would go under there, and it would give a little depth to your card. And of course, you would decorate. We saw on the card front, they just used a bunch of little rhinestone type jewel. You could use epoxy dots. Maybe you have some Christmassy stickers if you were going for a Christmas style card. Easy to do. That is the Stamps of Life. On the website, again, this is one of those things where it says every day, but the packaging just says A2 Deckle Edge Card Die Set. They are the same. And this is from the Stamps of Life. We've had it for a few years, and I think it's fun for Christmassy cards. It gives that little extra. Of course, A2 regular bases or rounded are just fine and do the trick, but it's kind of fun to have a little different edge, a different look. I didn't show you that 5x7. Let me show you this one real quick. This is we have the 5x7 version, and this is a really nice card. So this is the A2 size, and then we have the 5x7, and this is a St. Patrick's Day themed, and you get a lot of space on this, and it has the same nice edges and the dotted edge as well. And it looks like our designer has added a little bit of adhesive type foam, something to give it a little bit of extra depth. You can see how it's a little bit thicker there. So that makes it kind of look fun and stand out too. So that is another option. 5x7, or the one I'm demonstrating today is the A2 size die. You have different options there. And that will kind of give you an idea of how much space you have to work with. Get quite a bit more on the 5x7. But either size will work nice for Christmas cards. Okay, that is it for our demonstration today. If you have a Bible and you want to follow along with us, we're checking out Matthew chapter 17. So you could use a Bible like I'm using, or perhaps you have a Bible app on your phone. You could do that. We're in Matthew chapter 17. This is kind of like the middle of Jesus' ministry, and we'll have a verse on where we kind of focus on, and we'll kind of do an overview of the whole passage here. Let me check to change this real quick. Oh, we're going to hide that one. Yeah, okay, we got that. And we can do, what else can we do? Yeah, little one down there at the corner. There it goes. Okay, Matthew chapter 17. Oh, I forgot to mark my spot. Give me 1 second here. Matthew chapter 17, kind of right in the beginning of the New Testament. It comes Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. And then in chapter 17 is where we are. We're about a little bit past halfway through the book. And Jesus is with his disciples. He's teaching them. Oh, come on now. Oh, there we go. I did mark it. I don't know why I didn't find my mark. So as on the overview of this chapter, there is this amazing segment where Jesus, it's called the Mount of Transfiguration. He goes up on the hill. He only takes 3 of his disciples. He kind of has this inner group of disciples that are a little bit closer to him than the other guys. It's Peter, James, and John. And he leads them up, it says, to a high mountain by themselves. And he's transfigured. And it says he was transfigured before them. His face shone, so shining, like the sun, and his clothes became as white as the light. So it's almost like Jesus took on his heavenly form just for a moment in time. And then, interestingly, Moses and Elijah, a couple guys from the Old Testament, they show up and they're communicating and talking with Jesus, they're talking with Jesus about what he's going to be doing with the cross coming up soon. They have a conversation, and so they have this amazing experience, and it's kind of overwhelming to the disciples. It says they fall down, they're kind of afraid, they're fearful, and then all of a sudden everything vanishes, but they see Jesus. And there's also a quote here where the Father is speaking down and talking about Jesus. He's all, "Hear my son." And then when we come to this, when everything had disappeared and it had gone back to the main focus, it was about Jesus. And I think that's really the focus, that God was trying to put on, hey, this is my son. We want to glorify him. The guys at first reacted like, oh, wow, Moses and Elijah are here too. This is cool. But Peter says, we're going to build 3 little tabernacles, little like worship centers for you. But the Father from heaven said, hey, this is my son. Listen to him. And then at the end, it says everything is just, all this experience just goes away, but Jesus is right there. They see him. And then we go on, and Jesus tells them, don't tell anybody else about this experience. Don't know exactly why, but there are times when Jesus allows people to talk about him or to spread the good news. And then there's times when he just wants to keep things quiet and avoid bigger crowds. Okay, and then the part we're going to read about is this kid who gets healed. We'll skip that. And then in verse 22 and 23, it says that Jesus predicts his death going to the cross. And it says the disciples were exceedingly sorrowful. So Jesus a few times is trying to warn the guys ahead of time that he is going to die. And but he tells them he's going to rise from the grave again. And we'll see when we get to that experience later on, maybe a month or 2 away, that we'll see how they respond. They should have known Jesus was warning them what was going to happen, but sometimes it seems to me like they just weren't listening, or maybe it just wasn't really sinking in. But in this instance, it does say that they were sorrowful. And then the religious guys, remember we've been talking about them, they come and they try to challenge. This time Peter saying, hey, does Jesus pay they had a temple tax? And Jesus goes on to say, hey, we really don't have to pay this tax, but he said, we're going to do it. And because it's right, we don't want to offend these people. So I just take it as a lesson is I don't really like to pay taxes. And I bet you really don't like to pay taxes. Some good things are done with our taxes, paying money, and some things not so good. And it seems like we pay too much for taxes, right? But according to Jesus, he says we're supposed to pay our taxes. So that's a part of us being honest. Again, I don't like to pay taxes, but I'm going to pay them because Jesus says we should. And then it comes back to, well, if I'm not paying the taxes that I owe or due, then I'm cheating or being dishonest, I'm stealing. It kind of all comes together and you get in that gray area. We don't really want to do any of those things. It costs us some money. We live in a nice place in the world, right? The best country. We have freedom. We have a lot of luxuries that other people don't have. So hopefully our taxes are going to some good things that make our life experience better. But mainly when we think about that, it's just we're to set a good example and to pay what is required of us. Again, not because we like it, but just to be honest and truthful people. And then, so we go back to verse 14. That will be our focus. And let me grab the verse here. But right before this passage that I'm going to show you, this verse, it says, so they had brought this, I don't think I can show up on this one. Nope. Off. Let's see. So they had brought this kid who was having a problem, and he was having, it sounds like epileptic seizures, and he would throw himself into the fire, into water. His family was very concerned about him, and the father, let me switch back to me. The father brought him to the disciples, but they tried to cast it says that he had a demon in him. This is what it says here in the Bible. So he's controlled by some kind of outside force, but they couldn't heal him. And so they brought him to Jesus, and Jesus does heal him. And then he says, here we go to this part. So after he's healed, of course, everybody's happy and excited. And the disciples asked Jesus, they say, then the disciples came to Jesus privately after the boy had been healed by Jesus. And they said to him, why could we not cast it out? And then verse 20, Jesus said, because of your unbelief. For surely I say to you, if you have faith as a mustard seed, so just a tiny bit of faith, you will say to this mountain, move from here to there, and it will move, and nothing will be impossible for you. However, this kind does not go out except by prayer and fasting. So there are a couple things for us to kind of note there. And we had touched on this before. Let's see if that won't fix that. We had touched on this before, that when we are in the place of unbelief, it kind of can hold back. I don't exactly understand how this works, but it can hold back from the things that God wants to do in our lives. Now, God is all powerful, and we know that he can do anything, but this is an example where, because it says because of unbelief, I don't know if it's the father or the boy or the disciples, not for sure about that, but unbelief can hinder God from working. And remember one time earlier back when Jesus had come into his hometown, and they kind of rejected him, and it kind of says they knew him, but they weren't willing to place their faith or trust or belief in him. It says that, he left that town and he didn't do many works there. It said because they didn't have faith. So unbelief can hinder what God wants to do in our lives. But it also says that if you just have a tiny bit of faith, a tiny belief in Jesus, it says that you can move mountains. Now, can we literally pick up a mountain and move it? No, because that would be destructive for a lot of other people, right? If we picked up a mountain and we moved it and we dumped it on some neighborhood, that could be a really scary thing. But what is it saying? That amazing things can happen in our lives when we really have authentic faith, even if it's just a tiny bit of faith. But then it goes on and it adds this extra. Part of our faith is that we should be praying. We've read passages in the past where we are to be persistent in prayer. We're supposed to pray about everything, ask for God's help, and we're to keep praying, and we're not to give up. Like we talked about that, how our prayer should be, we don't just pray once and give up. We just keep asking and asking until we get an answer. And we've talked about sometimes the answer is what we were hoping for. Some of the time God allows us just to keep praying. We don't get any response. And then some of the time the prayer is not answered the way we expected. But we need to keep praying. That's part of faith. And then there's this little added extra there. It says, let me see if I can find that real quick. We did have a note on that about fasting, praying and fasting. So as we pray, we're kind of feeding our spirit, right? That's kind of a way that we become more spiritually alive when we're communicating with God through prayer. We're talking with him. And we also want to find a way to try to listen while we're praying. And then the fasting part is kind of interesting because fasting is not mentioned a whole lot, but here it is. This required something extra. And so fasting can be, in this situation, they would fast from food. For us in our times, we can fast from food for a meal. We could fast from something like television, give up television for a certain amount of time, or maybe we could turn off all our social media. I say, I'm not going to pursue that for the next week or the next month. That would be kind of denying our flesh, and we would be fasting from those extra things that feed our flesh: food, entertainment, social things. So we could fast from those things, but I think the real key is when we fast from something is that we want to fill in that time where we had just talked about, where we would try to draw closer to God. So we would spend more time praying. We would spend time reading his word. We would spend time just being still and listening and wanting to hear from God. So we'd start to allow that space. If we fasted and gave up some of these extra things, it would allow more space for us to work around our flesh, our body, our natural tendencies, and get in more touch spiritually. So there are some situations, maybe in your life or in my life, that we need to go a little extra. Maybe we're praying and we're faithful about that, great. But maybe there's a time where we can just fast. And maybe there's one thing that's dominating my life that I need to give this up for a little bit. And in place of that, I'm not just going to, go do something else or goof off or something, but I'm going to try to spend that time pursuing the Lord. And I think that is what is being mentioned here. And that would be a good practice for us. I have to admit, I don't really fast, but it says here that there are some things that are only going to get done by praying and fasting. And if we really want God to work, this is a key option right here, praying and fasting according to Jesus. And he did say earlier in Matthew chapter 6, he did say, when you fast. So it seems like the Lord has this expectation of us that we would do that. It just seems like in our culture that we have gotten away from that. So maybe to give it a try. Maybe there's something really important to you that you really want to see God work in an amazing way. Like he said, move a mountain. It seems like a really big deal or an amazing thing, and nothing's happening. Maybe if we pray and fast, we'll see what God will do. Again, it's not so much our work, our efforts, but it's just getting disconnected a little bit from the world that's around us in our day-to-day routines and setting this time off to pursue God. Let's do it and see what happens. I'm not sure exactly what the results will be, but in this case, Jesus said the only way this was going to change, a little gnat there, for this kid and the father, for the son to be healed, was praying and fasting. And I think there are probably some situations, some big things in our life that would come down to that. And if we were to go after that and take up Jesus on saying we should do that, who knows what God might do. So give that some thought and some prayer. Maybe there's something you want to give up for a short amount of time, or maybe for a long amount of time, and you want to pursue God about something. Give it a try and see what the Lord will do. I think any times that we would really want to honestly and actively seek God, that he's going to meet us and he's going to bless that effort that you make. And could become supernaturally easy to you, and it might be a bit of a challenge too. But I think if we fail to do these things, if we fail to pray, if we fail to fast, like in this situation, we might miss out on some of the great things that God wants to do in our lives. Okay, that is it. Have a wonderful rest of your Tuesday. Thanks for joining me again on Take Two Tuesday. Again, we're a couple weeks away from Christmas, so enjoy the Christmas season. Get your shopping done. If you have baking to do, you still have some time for that, right? But get your shopping done, get your cards made, get your letters mailed out. I'm sure people in your family would love to hear from you, so make sure you do that. What else? We'll see you Thursday night for Crafting Corner. And then I hope again that you had a fun time with me today. I think those dies that we looked at were pretty awesome and amazing, and you could see how we could use them for Christmas. And what else? I think that will be a wrap. I have computer work to do today. I don't have to go back to the warehouse area. I got all the shipping sent out yesterday. And our store day is done. So I'm behind on the computer. My email box is filling up. I really hate that when I get it down real low and there's like not much in there. And then all of a sudden it just gets blasted with all this crazy stuff. And I know it's going to take me a lot of time to get through it. So I got to go back and do that. May the Lord bless each of you. Have a great, wonderful day. Whatever you're doing, enjoy the many blessings that you have. Maybe spend some time with a friend or a family member or a neighbor. Maybe you need to reach out to somebody and send them a text or just say hello. Some of the time, if you're shopping or running around doing errands, just smile at somebody and see if God can't use those. Just seems like little things for something really good, right? All right. God bless you all. I will see you next Tuesday. You'll hear from me on Crafting Corner. I'll be on there a little bit on Thursday, and we are all done. Thanks again for joining me. Thanks for, oh yes, Karen, I did announce the winner. It was at the beginning. It was from, our winner was from YouTube, SMA Crafts, at SMA Crafts. And she said her favorite song was Oh Holy Night. And she's going to get a $10 Stamps of Life website gift certificate. So congratulations to SMA Crafts. All right, that is it. We're going longer. These episodes are going longer. I'm still got to shorten these down. I'm trying. Thanks for hanging in there with me. I hope you enjoyed the quizzes and our chat and fun stuff, and just to spend some time together. If you're a club member, thanks for being a club member. If you shop with us sometime, thank you for doing that. If you're just meeting with us here on Take Tuesday, we love to have you here. Tell your friends, share the videos, thumbs up or likes, whatever you can do, that will help. All right. I will see you soon. Take care. And have a great day. Bye-bye.